Okay, start. Okay. Get ready. Okay. Okay, the stream started. Okay. So, hey guys, Dro here. This is me with my terrible setup here. I'm really sorry for this. I'm looking to improve it in the future, but for now, I'm going to be starting doing VOD reviews for the upcoming games for the spring season, and I'll be starting it off with CJ Enters versus SK. I'll be looking to do this over the course of the near future, alongside my other videos, such as the one I posted today about 6.1, and it's a few changes that will be coming up to improve the stuff. I'm really sorry, I've never done anything like this, so I might be a bit bad, but let's get into it, shall we? So we start off here seeing that I know it's a bit greyed out, but we'll see that SKT are on the red side, sorry, and they have banned out Fiora, Lissandra and Lulu. These are pretty standard bans, with Fiora being just a strong pick and having a crazy sort of kit that's pretty overtuned, and Lissandra, who's snuck back into the meta, what with her being quite strong with only a few items, and her being a good flex pick for 2 lanes. And also, lastly, there's the god that is Lulu, because Lulu is just an abomination. You can nerf her, you can nerf her, you can nerf her, but until you rework her, she's always going to be relevant. And then on the blue side, the CJ Enters team, they have banned Rise, because that's a Faker ban. Plus, I mean, really strong, but Faker's the god at Rise. Gangplank, again, standard ban, same as Fiora, just really strong, also a flex pick. And Misfortune, who is just currently really strong with her her ultimate and her Make It Rain, and her lane bulliness. So this is on the 5.24 patch, I believe, so that's why Misfortune's not being banned, because she gets some nerfs in 6.1, which bring her more in line with the general kind of strength. I mean, Lucian's still going to be out in front, in my opinion, but I mean, you know, she's good. So let's get into the VOD with these. These are quite standard bans. There's nothing really merit to say here. So I mean, if we get into it and we we'll watch. If we get into it, first pick here. First pick being quite quick. It's Kindred. Now Kindred's really strong for 2 main reasons. I'll pause it here. Kindred's really strong for 2 main reasons. The first is that it's really good at clearing the jungle. She's really she's pretty strong. She's really good, and plus with the current tanky top laner kind of dominance, it allows this kind of you know, this sort of more DPS focused jungler, which I mean is nice for the game. You don't just have Gragas and Rek'Sai every game, so I mean, yeah, this is why they picked it. And also, I think they want to maybe put some emphasis around objectives, which Kindred is just a beast at. So yeah, and then if we look at the other side, I think these are the 2 lock-ins. Just move forward a little bit here. If we keep going forward, we can see that, yeah, these are the 2 lock-ins by SKT here. So we have Tam Kench, who is just absolutely bossing it for a few reasons at the moment. Tam Kench is really strong. He scales. You have to kill him twice. He's strong in the early game, and tanks are just really strong. Maybe I should go over the reason why tanks are really strong. Tanks are really strong at the moment because the main counter to tanks is, of course, AD carries. Now, AD carries getting buffed, yes, but their means of killing tanks got nerfed with the last Whisper changes. This is really huge. Also, the tank tree is just really nice. I mean, you've got the Grasp of the Undying, which kills things. You've got the scaling one, which is going to get better. It's still pretty okay, especially with the Cinder Hulk. So, I mean, and the speed of the game, so you get the 300 health, and that's still like an item at that point. It's still like an item on top of everything. and the Bonder Stone's pretty nice as well for supports. So I mean, like the tank tree is pretty, and even throughout the tree, I mean, you've got like a lot of armor and magic resist. So this is why tanks are really strong at the moment, especially things like Maokai, but more so Tam Kench and Mundo, just for the amount of health they get and how hard it is to kill them going into the mid game. Okay, let's keep playing this, and we'll get through to the last for the next 2 picks for CJ. Don't know if I should skip this forward. I can't even remember what they are. I watched it really early in the morning this morning. Yeah, Alistar's one of the picks, and I believe they pick their AD carry, or is it Twisted Fate they pick now? Come on, pick the Twisted Fate. Do it. Do it, you know you want to. Do it. Come on, bubbling, you new jungler, you. Come on, do it. Oh my god, it's taking forever. Just gonna skip it forward. Okay. So obviously karma. Okay, there we go. So if we pause at that. Sorry about that. Rambling on. If we do it there, we'll see the mid laner Sky has taken his Twisted Fate, and we've got Alistar. Now, personally, would I have taken Alistar here? Yeah, probably Alistar's the right pick. Alistar's pretty good in Kalista with his point in his click CC and his stupidly overpowered ultimate. However, the Twisted Fate here, blind pick. Now, normally this would be terrible. However, with the kind of comp you want to pick now with Kalista is very pick orientated, because they've got Tam Kench, they've got Kalista, so it's quite hard. You can't lock down the support, you can't really lock down anyone, so you need pick. You need heavy pick. Now, why they go for the Twisted Fate as well is to do with the Tam Kench, because top lane Tam Kench is going to be tanky as, you know, a tank, brick wall. It's going to be absolutely huge. So if he goes around the map, you need something that can answer that, and that is why Twisted Fate is being locked in, for the global map pressure of the Tam Kench. So we'll just move it forward here a little bit, because they're going to do some bollocks with the, shouldn't swear, but they're going to do some stuff, shall we say, with the champion select. Sorry for the really low budget stuff. I don't have really a great setup at the moment. I'm looking to improve that. So yeah, but for the moment this will do. Now this is where it gets interesting. Ignore the Nah. This is where it gets really interesting, because we have the Corki in the mid lane. Now, the reason why they've picked Corki in the mid lane is he basically gets a free lane. They have this is not a blind pick here. You would never pick Corki blind into this, because you just pick Zed and you just kill him over and over again. I won't use those words. I want to keep this PG-13. Rek'Sai as well. Rek'Sai is just a strong jungler at the moment. She does well. She won't get killed very easily by Kindred, because she can just tunnel away and stuff. She can take things, she can do things, and she has global map pressure to answer the TF as well. So you can do some nice stuff with this split push, and also their big bodyguards. The way Bengi plays it, he plays it full tank with Cinderhulk, and I think he does in this game. He should do, but it's a Bengi special as well. Bengi's a very good player on Rek'Sai, and people who say Rainova is good on Rek'Sai should really go watch some of Bengi's games and understand the quality of his Rek'Sai in terms of macro play. Yeah, I mean, like, the understanding he has of the champion of the map and the limitations he can do, and some of his ganks are just absolutely breathtaking. Right, we'll move it on here. I've said enough about, circle jerked enough about Bengi and his Rek'Sai. I mean, if any other season, you'd ban it away from him, like you saw at the end of last season. Right, okay. Come on, take those last picks. Right. Okay, so CJ lock in the Ashe and the Maokai now. This just more emphasises the meta and the way they're structuring their team comp. Now, they need this heavy front line in the Maokai, and it was either a Mundo or a Maokai you take at this point, but they're smart for going for the Maokai, because they're gonna basically leave him alone in a lane, and Mundo needs a tiny bit of help, but also Townkench just he does very well into Mundo because of his Devour. But Maokai is just tank top lane meta at the moment. Like, you either have like full out kind of a huge carry in the top lane, or you just stick someone on a tank because of how badly ADCs are to itemize with the Bork changes and the last whisper changes. And this Ashe is just comboed with the, you know, everything just to you know, pick. This is what this team comp's all about. Wow, this team comp on the right is very focused on getting the AD carries ahead, being a big front line, and just being a general kind of good macro, you know, sieging up one thing while having pressure across the map. It's all about cross map and pressure. Right, so let's move it forward for Wolf to pick the Trundle support. I'm just going to let it run. Yeah, I don't think it is Trundle support actually. I think it's Thresh. Yeah, it's Thresh. I'm being an idiot. Right, so Thresh. So the reason you pick Thresh here is just disengage for the engage, and Thresh Callista just Thresh Callista is just very strong. So we'll just skip it here. We'll get into the start of the game. The Thresh Callista lane is, I'm having solo queue flashbacks, like Vietnam flashbacks. Okay. So if we just skip it forward here with all the ceremony, yeah, we know. Right, so if we get into the game, yeah, lovely, get into the game, because that's what we want. Okay, let's just go from here. Okay, so pretty standard start for both teams. It's the first game, no one wants to give away a stupid advantage. No lane swaps, because, I mean, both teams, they're happy laning. I mean, SKT are just such a superior team that they're happy laning to anything. Personally, I prefer the Q start on Ashe, but you don't really trade that much in competitive like this. So yeah, Maokai roaming down into the bot just to make sure this nothing happens, and also to do his Raptor camp, get the small ones, because Maokai with his E is really good at doing that. Okay, so we'll start off here with the lanes, standard everything. I think, yeah, helping the junglers out as per usual in competitive, and they're focusing here on the mid lane, and this is why Faker is very good at this game, because he never lets you get an inch. This is I think Sky's first competitive game ever, so I mean, he's just getting absolutely schooled in terms of trading. It's what Faker's good at. Thunderlord's decree there. It's like, if you're not running Thunderlords on your carries, then I don't know what you're doing at the moment, and I want to clear something up. Let me pause it here before. It's just going to let it run. Just see people trading back and forth. Nothing really much is happening. Thunderlords itself is not broken. The reason why Thunderlords is picked every game pretty much is because it synergizes pretty well, but that doesn't make it broken. What makes it the pick is because there is nothing else to pick. The nerfs to certain things, such as, actually I will pause it here before too much goes, the nerfs to further battle, not stacking up on minions, which was needed, just, it's now terrible, and the nerfs to the Deathfire Touch, because it was broken, it's like almost a few kids ruined it for everyone else. Like, it was really kind of healthy on certain champions like Jace, or trying to think who else, maybe Ezreal. No, but they can still do okay with it, but like just things that would have a way of proccing it over and over again, but like things like Brand and Xerath just kind of ruined it for everyone. Okay, we'll carry on from here. It's just kind of standard stuff. The junglers of laning vertically, as you can see here and here. Who's getting a lead? Bot side's getting a lead, and mid for SKT. Well, top side's losing, but I mean, it's Townkench with a potion. He's going to get like a Spirit's Visage, and then he's going to murder the game. This is unlucky here as well. I don't know if you can see, but here, yeah, it's gone. The first Kindred spawn, that's very unlucky. Standard freezing here by the bot lane, just denying as much as you can. It's just standard stuff, not even competitive stuff, just stuff you should be doing in your game. So yeah, just standard things happening at the moment. I know I sound very boring. I've never done this before, so this is my first time doing this, so we'll see how this goes. I've got a load of YouTube, everyone can flame me and blame me. Classic Korean games of everyone out-rotating each other, not doing much, and then suddenly everyone's gonna die. And there'll be a fight with like 3 deaths, and then one team will snowball, but that's how you should play League of Legends. You should get an advantage and then not die and press it at every point. See, Kindred got lucky there, the scuttle crab right by her, it's gonna have the thing. Yeah, Faker's just completely bossing this lane. He's up in CS by 2, while also having gone and roamed and got rid of the Calista, not the Calista thing, sorry, but just gone and got vision. Like, yeah, it's pretty nice what he's done there. He went and got vision around there with the Calista go, so it's basically just snuffs out this Kindred. Like, this Kindred is now pretty much at this point a non-factor. Because Kindred relies heavily on ganking and snowballing, and because she's basically an AD carry, so she needs gold. Like, she has other things like her ult, her really ridiculously strong ult. But I mean, I don't know if it's really great out here. This is a really bad way of doing this, but it's the only way I can do with the internet I've got at the moment. I mean, if you look at these wards, you got a ward there by Faker, just underneath this white bar here, which is showing all this jungle path. And then you've got another ward here. Sorry, that's a ghost. So you've got 2 ghosts flying around. You've got the scuttle crab. There is no way Kindred's ganking here. So if you know she's not here, she must be on this side of the map. Now you're doing your jungle. You've got wards, so you know she's not here. So she must be here. So where's she gonna gank? She's gonna gank top. Well, it's Tank Hench, and he's tanky. She's gonna gank mid. So Faker could just Valkyrie out if anything happens, but she doesn't even get that far. So we keep going here, and yeah, I mean, Thunderlord's doing work. Thunderlord trades all day. Just farming. That's what every early game's like. Just farming. It's how it should be anyway. There we go. That's a brilliant grip by Wolf. And yeah, trading out. A lot of people don't seem to realise that. It's you see that a lot in solo queue. People will just carry on going forward with the trade, and you should just be happy you got like 70% of their HP and then just walk away, like, because the CS is more important than getting a kill. The whole point of you getting kills early game is to deny CS. Here we go. This is an important part here. Right, if we stop here, if we stop and look, and we tune it back a little bit. Okay, we take it here. Now, what this Kindred should realise is that you're playing against a Rek'Sai. You are who is known. You know, like, I mean, you look at the team comp, okay. Bengi's known for being a bot side focused jungler. Not only that, but you've got a Tank Hench in the top lane with a teleport. Now, you're against a Maokai and a Tank Hench, so you should say to yourself, that's going to be a farm palooza. You're not going to go anywhere near that lane. That lane's just going to sit there and farm. Yeah, something might happen, but it's going to be waiting for the teleport, basically, that lane. Now, what this should tell you is that SKT, being the vision gods and the macro team that they are, and with Calista as well, they're going to have this absolutely visioned up. Now what you should try and do there is take any farm you can and just try and lane gank through bot or something, because they're getting pushed, but you're not going to be able to do this. I mean, if we look at this pathing here, like, she sneaks past a ghost, but yeah, it doesn't know Bengi's there, but you should guess that he's going to be on this side of the map. It should be, there we go. And if you do it here, so bot lane's being pushed in, she knows this. TF's being pushed in by Corki because of Corki's early game power spike. Now, who's going to come to your help if you overextend? Maybe you can get away with burning a flash, but is it really worth? Like, you've got Krugs down here, you can go get this. Like, it's just, it's really inexperienced and it's very greedy. I mean, like, look at, I mean, just flash is there, but look how much vision. She's got 2 ghosts coming around here. There's some more vision around here. I mean, it's incredible. Like, the amount of vision they've managed to pump out early game. I mean, yeah, here we go. We'll let this play first. I mean, this ends up in a kill, but the level of coordination you need to do this, if we skip it back to here, so I mean, the Kindred gets out, but this isn't what it does. It pulls the bot lane out of position to come and help, and then the Rek'Sai tunnels in, and then they get the knock up. and Bengi gets the kill. And that's what I mean about what I was saying before about Bengi's pathing. Bengi's pathing is it's quite extraordinary in terms of Kalista players. I mean, he just knows where exactly to be on the map, the limitations of the champion, how to get out of every situation, pretty much. He rarely dies on dives with Rek'Sai. He's just a very good, solid Rek'Sai player in that respect. And if you ever want to learn the champion, I'd suggest just back watching all of what he does, where he goes on the minimap, why he does things. Ask yourself why. Okay, well, Faker knows that it's there because she was on the bot side, so that's why he's hugging top. If you see his lane positioning here, if we pause this before she comes into the gank, if you have a look, you know Faker, like he's gonna, if you pause it here, yeah, he's gonna Valkyrie away, but he's on this side. He's like hugging this side because he knows that Kindred has to be on this side basically to answer Bengi's pressure, and because they completely warded it and she jumped over the wall here. So it's smart positioning in lane, and he's just gonna Valkyrie away. Like there's no point even having Corki done this. He's just gonna keep Valkyrieing away. Like Faker's not, you know, Faker's not bronze 5 scrub. Like this, yeah. Sorry again if I'm rambling. I'm just trying to do my VOD review. First time doing this, so please bear with me. Any suggestions, please tell me. I can't see them at the moment if there is anyone in stream, but this will be going up on YouTube. So they're going back. Top lane, I mean, like if you look at the vision, this is how much they early prioritize vision. There's nothing going on here. There's no way Kindred's getting into this jungle. And it's how you beat a Kindred. You snuff out her ability to snowball a game. You stop her ganks. You stop her thing, and she just becomes an absolute useless. She basically becomes an ult. Actually, she's an ult, which you will see later on into this game. So I mean, Kindred's done absolutely nothing but waste time in 6 minutes of this game, while Bengi has farmed more than her, has more items, and has a kill. Like that's the, and probably has more vision now. Like that's the long and short of it. So who's winning? Mid lane's winning, top's losing, jungle's winning, and bot's winning. Like it's pretty. Yeah, it's quite. They're ahead already, and they'll just take this lead and ram it down CJ's throat at this point. Like, if we have a look at what happens here. So it's just vision. It's a pretty bad Ashe arrow there actually. Yeah, the proper placement for Ashe arrows, if you watch, is it Arrow who's on KT Rolster? Well, basically the Korean AD carry. I think it's KT Rolster's AD carry who brought out Ashe. Or was it Ku? Was it not Gorilla? Gorilla was the support. But anyway, basically what you do, Prey. It was Prey. Basically what you do is you take it where Ashe is there and you fire it all the way up here around there, because what you end up doing is you see all this, okay, so you see all this, you see this part here, you see that, and that, and what this tells you is at this point in the game, especially early game, this is very good, like level 2 hawk shots in lane swaps. What this does is it tells you they're either here, here, or here. Now what he's done is he's fired it here. What's he hit? Let's move back a bit and actually see how much he hits. So let's see. I mean, it's not a bad hawk shot. He does see all the cams, but it doesn't really like settle anywhere. That's good. Now, if you fired it up this way, if he went here, where he fired it, and fired it more this way, he could have seen this camp, this camp, this camp. So he's seen all the same number of camps. He could have seen this path here, this path here, the mid lane. It's a lot better of a hawk shot. It's always do it up the ways if you're going to play Ashe. So I mean, bot lane is just trying to get back in the game. I mean, they have an Alistar, so they just need to wait till 6 and make a play off that. But I mean, it's a Thresh Kalista lane, so I mean, the reason, I'll pause it here again, the reason why Thresh Kalista lane is so strong, basically, is in a Thresh lane, you have to focus the Thresh, unless you can get some supreme pick and avoid them clicking the lantern. Ooh, sorry. So, you kill the Thresh, because, I mean, he's going to lantern his AD carry away if you try and pick them. Now, with a Callista, you focus the Callista because she's just going to rip her support out. But if you can't focus the Callista, but you can and you can't focus the Thresh, who do you focus in the lane? It's a really bad lane, and it gets onto all the other stuff as well with their kind of. I think, like, it's coming down to personal opinion here. I think Thresh doesn't need the damage on his E. I think that's too much of a note. Like, he should be completely supporty. His damages shouldn't be a factor, in my opinion. He's tanky enough. He has enough damage with his box, on top of his lantern and his hook and his, everything like this. And Callista's problems, in my opinion, stem from the fact that she has that pop on the W passive with percentage health. I mean, it's just too much. Like, you can't beat her in short trades due to this. You can't beat her in long trades because of her rend. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough about my rant about how much I hate Callista as a champion. So, yeah, I told you, top lane is literally just going to be farming. Here we go. Yeah, this is, I mean, like, it's the wrong time, but it's the right thing to do. And also, he should have changed this, because if he's going for a gank in bottom lane, you can't gank mid lane or top. You should have, like, the Callista or something, or the Thresh marked out. So this is a mistake first. Secondly, you know that SKT are going to be looking for a what do you call it? A teleport gank. So, I mean, you know this is going to be the case. So, and they've been pushed like all game, so you know they're going to have time to have had a thing here. This is what you need to do as a jungler. You need to ask yourself, have they had time to put vision here? Will I be seen? Is this the right thing I can do? Now, I don't know what Twisted Fate's backing is like. He looks pretty healthy. He's just teleported back to lane. Well, why would you not give him blue buff? Maybe get some stacks, maybe get the Rift Herald, like, your top lane's pushed all game. Go get the Rift Herald, continue pressure top. Yeah, it's like, your bot lane might suffer a little bit, but that's the you're playing Thresh Kalista lane with Ashe. It's like Ashe is a good champion. She's one of my favourite champions, one of my mains. I mean, I play AD carry. I main Ashe. So I mean, like, I don't understand the pathing here. Is the main thing. Like, you know they're going to have a ward back there because they're going to be looking for a TP play with how much Tam Kench is being shoved in and how much Maokai's early game pressure is. So why are you not trying to snowball this? And if you notice, I mean if you notice, like, Bengi knows that he can zoom to the bot lane at any point he wants. I think he's got a tunnel up. Has he got a tunnel up? He should have a tunnel up. But if he doesn't, I mean, you've got Tam Kench as well, and Tam Kench can either take Bengi or he can TP and come down. So they're looking for this. Like, it's SKT. They're gonna look for this, and they've got a better, well, not a better top lane. Of course, he's not a better top laner, but they've got a decent top laner in Duke who was good last season. So I mean, you should understand they're gonna have this, and just farm or put pressure, get Skull Crab, do something, something. But I mean, this is just forcing an issue, which shouldn't be forced. So we're just gonna keep on rolling here. Gonna keep on rolling, and Bengi gets the jump on the Maokai. He does get 2 flashes for this. If you just play it out, it's a really kind of one of those sort of fights where Tam Kench chases someone down, eats them and kills them. I mean, he survives for a very long time, but he manages to burn 2 flashes. But what this does is it frees up top lane, and it frees them both up to either take a jungle where she should have been. So I mean, like, if we pause this again, not understanding the power of the lane here, Kindred, she didn't understand that bot lane can't be ganked basically, and understanding where Bengi would be. There's no understanding of the bot lane pressure, there's no understanding of the top lane pressure, there's no understanding of the pressure where Bengi's going to be, because Bengi can just port down with his ult. So they're not going to go for dragons because teams aren't focusing dragons at the moment. So you've got a blue buff to give up, which you're now just going to lose. I mean, like, it's just really poor pathing. Like, this whole game is just an example of if you want to learn how to jungle path, just do exactly the opposite of what the Kindred does. it's a really bad game for trying to show off Kindred. Kindred's a very strong pick if played well. But yeah, it's just trying to force an issue, and you're playing against I mean, like, if you have a look at the items, just keep playing it actually. If you have a look at the items, Sheen, like, you're just not going to out trade that. Even as good as trades as Kindred is, she has no items. Doesn't have warriors yet. If you're that far behind, you should just focus on farming. I mean, Bengi comes in here, like, really good gank, understands the pressure of the lane, and gets a flash. So people are just farming up now. I think all the pressure's gone. Yeah, pretty much. Top lane spacing. Top lane is basing. Mid lane is he based? No, he's getting his blue buff. Sorry, that's what's showing up on the screen at the moment. I've got a bit of a pop guard in front of me, so I'm just trying to do this. So yeah, Faker knows what he can and can't do. He's a very smart player, and on top of having very good mechanical skills, he understands the game probably more than anyone else does, or very few people do. A lot of the time, people who understand the game don't have the mechanical skill to back it up. He has both. That's why it makes him such a dangerous player. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Got a bit of dust up my nose. Right, okay. So, I mean, if you pause it here, this is pretty much like point for point the exact same gank that that Kindred did earlier. Now, how did he get in here? Did he go through the lane? How did he get hit? Okay, he did go through a ward, but the gank is sound because if we go here, because they've not been shoved into their tower for as long, so he knows that they're going to have time to have a ward down. I mean, they're pinging it out now, so they're guessing, but like, they're not going to have time, so he knows, he understands this, and he understands he's just burnt the flash of the top laner and got the top lane ahead, so he has to put pressure on bot lane to start snowballing the game. This is the point where SKT are basically saying, right, we've farmed up enough, we've got enough of an item spike, let's fight. Use the advantage. Now if we pause it here, rewind it a bit, we'll start seeing the fight, so we have a look. So basically what's happened here is, if I can pause it, both the junglers have collapsed. We've got the AD carry here, good positioning. We've got Kindred here, with what is arguably an absolutely terrible placement for her her zone. Like, this is doing nothing. Like, Wolf's gonna get ripped out of here. So all the focus now is either on Mad Life, Wolf, Twisted Fate, and probably Bang, because why would you stun a Callista? But what Bengi's done very smartly here, and why Bengi is very underrated, I think, as a jungler on SKT. Everyone looked to Marin, everyone looked to Faker, everyone looked to Bang after that, but no one was looking at Bengi. Bengi enables the carries to carry a lot harder than a lot of people give credit for, especially people who don't watch Korea but watch the internationals and then just talk about Faker. You know who you are. So what he's done here is he hasn't jumped into the fight because he knows that Wolf's going to get ripped out. He's just going to stop this teleport here. He's just going to stop that. So basically he stops the red card. It gets pulled out. So I mean, if we go from here, where everything's kind of even, like the game's pretty even. It's what, a K of gold. Yeah, it's, you know, it's not too much. What they do here is in one short little bit. If you see, it's a 4v3, and basically what they've done is they've just nuked down the they've smartly used their cooldowns, they've smartly used their thing, and also the exhaust. There's some misplay here, an exhaust on a Rek'Sai. You should save this for the Callista, because, sorry, one second, because that's going to do, Rek'Sai does a bit of damage at the moment, but it's not enough. It's not enough to exhaust, and you're not focusing her either. You should be focusing Wolf now to get to Bang, because it reduces Bang's damage output, and also he's at half health while Bengi's at nothing. So you'd reduce this to get rid of the armor and magic resist of Thresh. I mean, as well, the Lamb's respite to save Shy. I mean, it does save him, granted, but it's a very yeah, I mean that's a 4v3. That should tell you the tone of the game. Like if you showed anyone anything of this game, you should show them that. It just sets the tone. So Duke's starting to get an advantage in the top lane. He's caught up in farm. He's got a kill. He's getting tanky. And also something to point out, boots of swiftness are now the kind of go-to boots if you want to go quick. If in this game, they got too much of a buff. Mobility boots just fell too far behind. So Faker's just going to push things in. I mean, for pause it here, like the Kindred's looking to do stuff on the map yet again, but does not have warrior enchant. So what this means here, this machete, is going to fall further and further and further behind because she's losing EXP. So Faker, I mean, like Faker stayed. He looked to roam at the end, but he stayed, and he's now got almost a 20 CS lead, like 15, almost 15 CS. And he's just gonna, and I think he has to back. You know he has to back. He's got too low HP and he came to do that, so he's having to back. He's got TP, but he's still going to lose another 6 CS basically. Maybe not 6, but he's he's looking to fight. But yeah, SKT's about, because they now know that they've got the strength, and they're the sort of team. They're a bit like a shark. Like the Rek'Sai skin's very appropriate because I mean when they smell blood in the water, they'll go for you. They're not a team to give up anything. There's Corky with his new passive. Get into that mid lane faster. Does make it quite good for mid lane in that respect. Yeah, and it just means an immediate gank on Shy from Bengi and Faker. Easy kill. If we look up to what happened before then, so we know like. They know his flash down. They know that from the gank before in the bot lane. So they close the gap. They get the slows. They get the damage. I mean, Faker should be taking tower hits there, but apart from that, it's pretty much flawless. I mean, another thing I want to point out as well is that it's people are hitting level 9 and still don't have blue trinkets on the mid laner for the town. I don't think town cage is backed in a while, so it's excusable. But Maokai backed, and Twisted Fate's now dead, and he does not have a blue trinket. Blue trinkets are essential in this new season. They provide so much more. They're mainly used for looking behind you. You basically blue trinket your whole jungle in all the paths and everything. They're expendable. They last such a short amount of time, and you basically you basically just have vision of everything, so you can't get like snuck through, because vision's such a weird thing at the moment with only having 3 wards, and they're very short and things like this, so you have to be very careful with your green wards on the support and the jungler, which no one has seemed to go for the green enchant. Everyone's gone blue, I think. Kindred still doesn't have it. Yeah, see, they scanned it this time to know, but knowing that Ashe is pushing, like why would Ashe push? So the Kindred's there basically. So I mean, if we keep looking at this, there's another. Yeah, that's a better hawk shot. You see how much it's going to see here. It sees absolutely everything. And she saw Bengi coming. So Twisted Fate's looking for a roam here. They know he's there. They saw him go off the map in that direction. They know he's there. So I mean, this is the difference of the 2 team comps. I mean, they've looked for picks, but they've almost got an unpickable team with Tam Kench, Thresh, and Kalista and Corky and Bengi. They've all got some kind of get the hell out of here. I mean, Kalista's unkiteable. She can kite everything for years and years. Tam Kench just eat people and is unkillable. Rek'Sai can tunnel away. Corky can jump away. And Lantern as well, Lantern on any of these people and things. So I mean, this is a perfect team comp to play into Such a heavy pick comp. It's a really good draft here by SKT. So they're looking towards the first dragon now, because they've got bot lane pressure, they've got mid lane pressure. The tower should be going down by now, but I don't know. It's a very slow, methodical game for 15 minutes. SKT know they're ahead, so they're just looking to get a free dragon here with superior vision control. They've just got vision in all the right places. Something that they do that you should watch out to do as well is putting, if we can get a good sight of it here, well, basically putting, when you put a ward in a bush, it should be in the corner of the bush because it sees around corners because of the way the walls are kind of coded. The walls kind of are jittery and jaggery, so if you put it kind of at the corner of a, like, at the right on the edge of the bush, you'll see round a corner sometimes. You'll see kind of around one side and around the other side. And also, I mean, if you pause it there and you see this ward here, you've got the pink ward in the bush that sees all this, but this ward here sees a lot of like jungle pathing and stuff. It's a lot of the time people will ward jungle paths more than they will the ward, because if they see them go into the bush, they know they're in a bush, so you ward both sides, you can see more of the jungle than in the bush. The bush is just easier to ward. So I mean, farming, name of the game. They've done a really good job, SKT, of keeping the Kindred out of the game. Like, the Kindred's done a really good job of keeping the Kindred out of the game, but they've done a good job of making sure. I mean, if she's still getting this, it means she doesn't even have 4 stacks of her passive, which means she either got really unlucky or she's played really bad. So, I mean, if we keep, I mean, there's not really much to say at this point. So maybe I'll just talk about my channel. Yeah, I mean, if you're here, you already know about me, but maybe you've spotted my work. Oh, never mind. So, pause it here and look at what happened. So, CJ are looking to force the point. I mean, they've got so much time to walk away here. The Alistar's going to come in, I think. But I mean, so you focus the. This is the whole dynamic of a Thresh Kalista lane. So yes, you've ultimated the Thresh, but you just, I mean, he's tanky enough to get out of this, I think. But usually what happens here is, see, like, this is the whole thing. Could have ripped him out, but he had to put his spells down. But she's just going to get the lantern. And he just gets the lantern. I mean, that time she dies, but look how much they've had to expend. Like, it was a well executed gank, but the amount they've had to expend. Flash, ignite, or is that exhaust? I think it's exhaust. And arrow, and you know, Twisted Fates had to come. Did Twisted Fate come down? Yeah, Twisted Fates come down. I mean, you've just basically given up the whole bot side map pressure to get a kill on a Kalista. It's not indicative of the game. And you basically just given up mid. So yes, you got a kill, but I mean, Corki and towers, yeah. And what SKT will try and do here is hold on to the tower, because they know that they know Maokai's backed. I think top's very low as well. So yeah, they got him out here. So absolutely nothing came of that kill. Faker's roaming up the top lane because they know they can take another tower. It's a smart roam. So yeah, it just shoves him out of lane. You've got 2 people who've got heavy auto attacks, and they'll just get rid of this this tower here. So basically, what's happened there is they've expended so much. Yes, you got a kill, absolutely great. But what did you have to give up for that kill? Let's have a look. Okay, we've got mid pressure, mids yes, mid tower, and top. It's you have to think about this. What's going to happen from me getting this kill? Is it worthwhile? So, just fighting for vision here. Getting rid of those pesky blue trinkets, which are so strong. The top laner should have one as well on either side. It's not right that they don't. It's just too good vision. It's just, yeah, there we go. So Duke's done it, but I don't think the CJ top laner gets it at all. I can't even remember his name. I don't think he at all does it. So Twisted Fate's just too high here. There's nothing much to say. Too high up. Gets caught. GG. They seem to be coordinating the ganks with the Corki passive. Did he get? Yeah, he got arrowed there, and that's the power of Fresh Callista. You've got an ADC that can save supports. That's just so strong. So they're just looking to press the lead. They've got all the outer towers now. They're just going to push the basically what this is this is how you play League of Legends professionally. You take the outer towers with good rotations. You move all your vision up. So you see they've now got vision here, and just in the spot side they've got all the vision they could ever want. So Faker goes absolutely deep as anything here. He goes pretty ham. But I mean, this is just an example of such a crisp fight right here. I mean, it looks like it's going absolutely terribly and they're getting collapsed on. And then, from nowhere, they don't even get a kill, I think, yeah. And then Nash gets picked off because she's pretty out of position, but there's nowhere she can go. So, if we rewind this, and we go back a little bit. Start that with Faker jumping over the wall. If we look where everyone was. So, Faker jumped over the wall. We've got Town Kench in the top lane. So you're thinking, oh, good fight, Maokai's down bot. He doesn't need to TP, so it gives them TP advantage. But SKT have got quite a sizable gold lead at the moment, and actually a jungler. So I mean, if we play it forward a little bit here, Faker's down to half health, and it just seems CJ and it's kind of go full solo queue in this point. They're just going Faker, gotta kill Faker. So they try and burn everything, and they just zone control. This here is probably what wins them the fight. Because Faker's off at the side here, and what happens? You need to watch what happens with the Kindred here, and Mad Life here on the Alistar, because Mad Life's already out. Mad Life's out of the fight now. He's popped his ult, but he's out of the fight. And what Faker manages to do is he managed to, how does he juke that? So he flashes and cleanses. He gets away from the gank. But what this means here is with Kindred here is completely out of position. I mean, who are they focusing? They're focusing Faker. They're focusing a AD carry who has flash, cleanse, and Valkyrie, which is one of the best escapes in the game. So, I mean, it's really bad focus. I mean, you can't go for these two, Bengi or Duke. You have to go for either one of these three. Oh, Fresh has blown his spells. So I mean, it's Bang or Faker. I mean, going for Faker is not bad, but there's just too much disengage. Like this team comp is just built to destroy this team comp basically, and that's just what it does. And why does Callista flash over the wall? It doesn't make any sense. She's trying to go round or something and kill someone, but yeah, it's just great disengage. It's great zone control. It's great. It's just a well fought team fight basically. So if we just skip it forward to where we were, then we go get the ace. With the ace, they take the last outer tower. Taking that last outer tower. So they set up the vision beforehand. They knew exactly who was coming and when. They had the TP down. It's just a replay. I think the new jungler's just got a lot of inexperience and he's trying to make plays. So we just go from here. So there are no dragons going to be up in 40 seconds, so you take the Scuttle Crab. Just gives you priority on vision. You don't need to ward it now, but they've got so many wards around there anyway. Baron vision, so it doesn't get sneaked by the because they've got Ashe and they've got double AD, so Bad Life just gets absolutely chunked there. with his ult up as well. I think, yeah, could have popped his ult when he started getting chunked. This just means that they've got priority on Baron. They can go do Baron. They've got an unkillable tank. They've got a Callista, double AD comp. So if you keep looking at the fight, they just stay as a ball, have a heavy front line go in, wear down their front line and just go at them, because Corki's got a power spike now. Kindra's not even in the game, she's basically just an ultimate. It's a good fight considering they took a lot of Baron damage and a lot of damage beforehand. But they're going to get their mids taken here. So they lose a mid tower for that, so probably not the right call to go for the Baron. They could have done it, but it probably wasn't worth the risk. So now CJ here are looking to get rid of some of the vision. They've got the tower, they're not going to push forward. Usually what people do is they push forward, but they go for the dragon, get rid of some of the vision. Almost caught, but they just give it over. They should have just cleared the vision and walked away, based, but they probably would have got the dragon off the back of it. I mean, they should have based after the tower. It's a big mistake to do that. They should have realised they were too low. This just gives even more priority towards SKT to push the game forward. So they're just strangling them out with vision. It's a perfect example of a team who gets a slight lead and just strangles the other team out of vision. Vision's usually in either chokes in bushes or it's in the jungle path, like I was describing before. Like, if you can pause it here, if you can see this ward here. This ward here it sees all the way around here, all the way around here, all up here and all here. So if you go anywhere near that, you see it's a lot better ward than going here or here or here. If you can put one there, put one there. And they've just got complete Baron vision control as well. So does anything happen here? They go in for the fight, or they're just fighting for vision? They're just fighting for vision. So yeah, I'm hoping to do more of these. So please, if you like it, please some comments, anything better I can do. I know I have a terrible mic, but it's all the best I can do. So Faker's just dueling the other mid laner, asserting his dominance. And there's a Kindred there, but Kindred's just a saving ult at the moment. She really doesn't do much damage. Bit of CC, bit of a thing. This and the IEM Cologne, was it TSM who played it with Svenskaren. It's another example of what happens when Kindred needs to get ahead or stay even. She's completely useless bar her ult and her slow. She gets ahead, she's really not a great champion if you go behind. You need to focus on the jungle. It's like playing a Devourer basically. You're basically playing Devourer with Kindred at any point. You need to get into the game. So Bengi gets caught here. He uses his flash to get a knock up and get away, and somehow manages to get away. And the front line's just too big. This is why you pick Tahm Kench at the moment. There's no one who can kill him. And I mean, like, let's discuss this. So look how long they've been fighting here. On top of this, the Tahm Kench has, I don't know what items he's got. I think he's got a Spirit's Visage and maybe a Dead Man's Plate. I mean, he's not even popped his thing yet, but basically, like with the Last Whisper nerfs, the Bork nerfs, the mastery changes, whatnot, and all the things, a lot of AD carry builds are now focused on burst with heavy AD, Infinity Edge, things like this. No real kind of, like, the only one who can probably do this is Vayne. Like, the new items really complement, and the new silver bolts really complement this, but you have to play around Vayne so hard. You can't just go play Vayne this game like you can Callista. So I mean, like, this is why you're just unkillable. And during this time, they've just, that, like, Maokai is a big beefy good top laner, but compared to Tahm Kench, yeah, no, because you have to kill Tahm Kench twice. This is the whole point of why Tahm Kench is so strong. So they use the ult, everyone gets through, Ashe is going to die, Maokai gets eaten, it's just Ashe, good positioning, but what are you going to do? And that's the Corki burst, the Essence Reaver Triforce Corki. So I mean, if you have, I mean, there's no items, completely unkillable, because there's nothing you can, well, there is, you can buy a Bork on Ash to kill it, which is another thing for another day. But I mean, there's really nothing, there's nothing to answer it, because the answers would usually be, oh, play Vayne, play Cogmore, play whatever, build Bork, win game. Well, you can't. Bork's too overpriced now. It needs to have either it's 200 gold or whatever taken back, or it needs to be back to where it was. And Last Whisper, I mean, it's a nice idea. It stopped picks like Riven being so strong in solo queue, which was a real problem, where they just build a Last Whisper and it would just be like, well, GG. But I mean, personally, I'm quite a fan of going for the mid game. What's it, Giant Slayer? I think it's quite good, but you need attack speed for that, make that to work. In that respect, I mean, personally speaking, I really like Blade of the Ruin King Ashe. I think it's a very good pick that people underestimate, and yeah, gives her everything she needs and can be picked into this sort of situation. They're just gonna go for the Baron here because they've got complete map control with the Naze. Take the tower as well. So we'll just skip ahead here because they just hit the tower, they take the Baron. So it's just a replay. Replay gets the kill. Flashy plays, MLG big plays here, boys. So you can hashtag in with LCS the Penta. I don't know what they do now, but it's all about that money, right? So they're just clearing out vision. That's all they're doing. Just clearing. They've set their eyes in the bot lane with Tamkent in the top lane. Clear out the vision. Go ahead, kill it. Next objective. Oh look, another tower. So they're just pushing ahead here. They're just taking the tower because, well, they can. Basically, they have to win the game, but they're not doing it stupidly. Like usually people, they know that they've got pick potential, so they'll wait. So they're trying to get this Faker. They're trying to get Faker here. Faker's too far ahead. The team's too far ahead. It's a very Hail Mary thing. And what Tamkent also does in this team comp is he takes away the front line for a while. If he focuses, he can either disengage and take away someone they're going to pick, or he can take away their front line to stop them basically having one, because they've got such a weak back line with a Twisted Fate, Ashe and Kindred. Like if they get jumped on, they're dead. So they've taken the inhib. They're going to look to back off here. Are they, or is Bang going to go mad? Bang's going to go mad. Okay, so they back off. It's a smart thing to do here. They've got the inhib, they've won. So they back off with the Baron buff. So, what do you do now? You got the bot inhib, you look to push top. So that's exactly what they should be doing. Oh, they've got dragon. They're going to go dragon? Okay, apparently they're going to go dragon. I mean, they should look to go top here, but then again, what do I know? I'm not part of the 2015 World Winning Team, so get some farm. That's crazy corky damage. Oh, excuse me. So, just looking to get some farm. I do believe that, yeah, Kindred doesn't even have 4 stacks of her passive. So they're just looking to push up mid. They've got Baron. They've got a massive wave. They've got a Corki. They've got a Kalista. This tower's dead. Like, this point, I mean, if this was solo queue, you just surrender here. There's no point in playing this game now. It's a complete, like, the forecast. If you didn't already know, SKT win this game, if you couldn't have already told by this. So carry on, kill everything, go to the top side. I mean, the wave management as well, to have a big wave for each one is pretty nice as well. They haven't really got one here, but for the last 2 pushes they did, so I mean, it's good creep management as well. Either that or they're just the luckiest players that have ever existed, but I don't think that's the case. I think they prepare this. I don't think it's just luck for 4 years or whatever. Be funny though, wouldn't it? Best team in the world. We don't actually know what we're doing. We just play whatever, and people say it's a meta. So I mean, the creeps are killing the base. Take the last inhib, win the game, strangle them out, win the game. So I'll probably be looking to upload the other game tomorrow. Once I get some free time to do it like this. I think this goes up on my YouTube channel with the YouTube live thing. I hope it does, or else how are you going to be listening, because I'm very sure there aren't people listening to me now. So this is my channel, this is what I'm going to try and be doing. I've got a lot more videos to got a lot more ideas. I'm mainly looking to do mathematical based league content, you know, theory crafting, that sort of thing, some ideas, some things you may have bad points on, some bad ideas about, so that's the game. You know, I've got some ideas, I've got some things in the works. I've got another video coming out I've finished that I need to record and do the video for. I'll be doing these because the LCS is starting as well, so I'll be doing some interesting games about this, so please, I mean, please just keep watching my channel, and if you like the stuff, please share it with your friends, tell your mother's, father's, auntie's dog, but most importantly, come back and I'll help you through discussing some more games. We're talking like this, and if you've got any points, I know my microphone's bad, said that from the start, it's not a great setup I've got a noisy laptop, I've got this terrible microphone, I've got a pop stand, that's all I've got. So please give me some constructive criticism if you think I breathe too much, if you think I say the word however, that was one today, I say the word however too much in my videos. I'm going to be looking to address that, so please, any criticism is muchly appreciated. I'll be looking to improve this anytime I can, so please, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully get the rest up soon. Okay, well, that's the end of the stream. Have a nice day, and please watch my other videos and stay tuned in the future. Bye.